which for me is the most important part now. It was lucrative. I then jumped from that to just licensing my stuff to collectible plates and figurines, which was very nice and very lucrative. Partially because I had divorced my first husband who on behalf of the company, so I just killed it. And then he couldn't touch the other money that I was making from the plates and figurines. But all I had to do was send them in 8 designs a year, done, and they sent me money. The first company I worked for, the licensing was they paid me outright. They ran a 3,000 edition, and this is for your mind for licensing stuff. They ran a 3,000 edition on the open editions. They paid me for the reproduction rights the same amount as I would have charged for that original had I sold it outright, but I got to keep the original. So I doubled my money on that original. I published my own the second time around on the collectible plates and figurines the first time I went in. It was a 5% of retail was my contract with them, which was quite nice. Except I asked them to pull a $1,000 a month draw, which way back then at that time was funny for me to live on and support my kids. The problem is the company went bankrupt. Owing me lots and lots of money and stuff that was sitting in containers on docks of my work that had never been on the market. So the next company I signed with, and again, these are exclusives, which meant that I couldn't do anything for anybody else, including I shouldn't be doing my own marketing, my own work. I did a one-time payout on each piece that I did, which was nice, but you got to keep the piece, but they only got one-time reproduction rights. If he wanted other reproduction rights, he has to come back to me and say, okay, now we want to put this out as this. Because I don't want my stuff showing up on puzzles and toilet paper. So control of your product is a very important thing. If you're going to look into licensing your work at all. I don't know if any of you are interested in that, but at some point in your life you might be approached.
I know Diana Rice has, I think she's got a request.
Yeah, she's here.
I know she needs t-shirts for,
Yeah.
I don't know who it was through, so I don't remember.
Yeah.
She still has them.
She still does.
I give my t-shirt rights away. Seriously, I use them as advertising. The Dallas Supply Club uses my for a t-shirt every year. And it is so great to see my t-shirt walking around in the back of the studio. I like that, but I know who I am.
Does it have in clear letters as you?
Doesn't have to. They go a piece of artwork.
The piece you use on the t-shirt is a piece you would have as a article, or not necessarily?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and it's something that's in print. It's something that is, one of them is my Big Five, which is the continent of Africa with the Big 5 animals on it. Everybody knows that's my piece. It's, it's name recognition. I've got my name plastered all over my truck. I have friends in the business that told me, first of all, don't do it when you have a trailer. They said, don't put your name on the trailer. And I thought, why on earth would I not put my name on the trailer? I'm going by thousands of people when I'm going down the road. And they had a trailer stolen. Well, their trailer was pure white. Nobody knew what was in it. I said, somebody's going to steal a trailer full of artwork, and if they can figure out how to sell them, I want their name. So I did more than that. I painted my whole trailer. I had, at that time, I was doing flowers as well. So I had big roses, I had a longhorn, I had all sorts of things all over my trailer. Everybody knew when I was coming. I'm a little less sedate with this. But not only do the people in town know that I'm in the show because my dance worked there, but all the other artists who've gotten to know one another quite well, they all like to look at the band and say, oh, I start now. But the repeated times your name can get from the public through articles that are written that you contribute to. I am not afraid of giving certain rights to my article away for that. I've had many Christian groups because I've done several different lions, straight on ones and profile, that have asked, they've done the play, the Lion in the Wardrobe.
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah, yeah. And they wanted to use that for their billboards, which is really cool, or for the front of their booklet and stuff like that. And there's many times, beautiful, they all call and ask for permission. And I asked them to send me a letter that I will then respond to in writing to make sure that it's out there that I did. That's, again, it's just it's recognition. It's somebody knows what your artwork looks like and has your name tied to it. How are any of you marketing your work right now? You two are both big on
I
marketing.
haven't sold anything. I've been selling nothing, basically nothing. Since the economy was bad, I haven't sold maybe a print a month.
Okay.
I
How
had a
did
gal-
you market yourself?
I had a gal that was, Heartland Printworks, they had the world's biggest flatbed scanner.
Right.
And I was taking my stuff there and get scanned.
Right.
And she's like, what are you doing with this? What are you doing, Buzz? And I said, it's just stacked against the wall. Well, I got a 9.5 hour day job, full-time job.
Okay.
And then I'm hitting studio.
Okay.
I don't have time or interest in researching shows and all that
Right.
stuff. So
50% of my day is marketing.
15%?
50.
50%. I'll
Yeah.
never do it.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Well, no, this is why I'm asking each of you what it is you might expect out of the stuff you're doing. Kathy?
I feel like I'm still learning as I go.
Right.
And everybody has an opinion of marketing. Not that yours is a valid or theirs is a valid. You take little pieces from every person.
Right, no, and that's what it's about, finding out who you are, what you want to.
Obviously, you know, I'm doing, or all of you guys know that I'm doing some national and international exhibitions. I've been doing those since 2008. A very little bit, like once a year type of thing, where I can afford it in national publications, actual advertising, social networking, Facebook, website, Rock website presence, and I keep that current. I started a blog about a year and a half ago, which I don't do as good a job as I should. Keep
Yes,
the
I
blog
do
up to date.
anything for you, I'm very curious, I have other friends that have blogs too.
Uh,
I had one for a while and then I stopped doing it as soon as I got on Facebook.
I can't say I've made any direct sales from it, and I guess I don't necessarily know how many people are following it. I'm kind of learning that I don't know how many people are hitting my website now. I mean, I do know that I'll hear from some random person, oh, I've been on your website, you know, as somebody I've never met before in my life. And, oh my gosh, I've seen your work on the web. And I'm kind of like, oh, these people I don't know.
Yeah.
I got contacted from a guy in Portugal saying, hey, we might be interested in having you come over here and do a workshop if you're interested. We've got your website. I mean, so you get, I've had some interesting connections. As far as the blog itself, I supposedly have like 170 people that are true followers on it, whatever rate would follow. To me, I do it more from an educational standpoint because I get tons and tons of, how do you use Scratchboard type of questions. So I do it more as a, hey, let me send you to my blog because I don't want to type it out for 75 times. So I use it more as that role type of kind of educational type stuff. And then it's easier for me to refer them to a section of my blog.
That's why I did the kits for Ampersand, because I got really sick and tired of answering the questions all the time, and I don't sit in demo in a booth, because then you're doing nothing but giving somebody a free workshop and you're not selling your own. That's a number one. I have a little piece that I can scratch on so they can see, because that's all they want to know,
Yeah.
is how did you get this, black to white or white to black. So yeah, I understand completely, then I can just go to Hobby Lobby and get the thing. Not rudely, I do it nice.
So those are